Man, welcome back. Great. That was an amazing run last time. It was, yeah, really came together in the end. Probably a bit lucky with the final boss as well. The twins are, I would say, the easiest to get, to defeat because you can just pick one off and then it becomes way more manageable. But still, yeah, for the early days of the build, and yeah, like I said, Fugoro is just such amazing addition to the game, and really can make your build go, like your deck go through the roof, I would say. So yeah, but the video was 2 hours long and crazy, and I don't know if this is the first video you're gonna watch or you are following the series, or if even anyone is ever gonna watch this whatsoever. It doesn't matter really. Would be great fun always, of course. I mean, I would really appreciate it, but still, it was a ride. The 2 hours felt like a ride, and yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna showcase the final boss fight without even expecting to defeat it. So being able to defeat it really is nice. And yeah, cool thing is now we get some new unlocks, which makes the game more feel like a more complete and a more challenge. So yeah, let's dive into it. Like I said, I haven't unlocked my favorite character yet. Hopefully we'll get to it in the next run, but yeah, let's just see how it goes. Here we go. Okay, so like I said before, we now have 22 scrolls, and yeah, we are able to, or pages really, we're able to start unlocking some stuff. So this one is mandatory, and now you see we unlock 6 of these tiers, or not really, 4 of them, and this one unlocks an additional 2 of the top layer, right? So this one is additional gemstone in each chapter. Gemstones is always nice. Reveal the final boss is nice, but yes, I mean, it can help to let you pick better decks for specific final bosses if you even get there, right? So there are bosses that like have a debuff that all your cards cost additional energy and that kind of stuff. So you know that you have to stock up on energy giving cards earlier. That way it's really beneficial like that. So, but for now, it's fine. So additional gemstone each chapter I will probably get. And this one is really huge. This one you should always get first. The Fera wells, or the Faeria wells are amazing. They give a well that gives you additional energy. And the more wells you take during your run, there are 2 in each maps, at least when you get all 2 of them. I will get all 2 of them. So there are 2 wells now on each map. And each well gives an energy buff. So the first well I find will only give me 1 energy extra for turn 1. The second well I find gives me more energy per turn. The more wells you can find 6 or really 7 or 8 total if you're crazy lucky with getting into the mine and having a scroll that gives you an additional well option, but that's for later. But this is really huge. More energy makes the game so much more playable, right? And that also means that if we're gonna buy some more expensive cards that requires us to have more energy, it will become less of an issue as well. So this upgrade is huge. Yeah, this one is hiding an additional heart in each chapter. I will also buy this one. It makes survivability a bit nicer. And this one is hides an alchemist. And alchemist can transform one of your cards into a powerful new card. And alchemists are their price varies about which difficulty of map rolls you get. The map roll stuff we get to in a sec when I'm done with this screen. So this one has an alchemist. An alchemist is nice to have because yes, you have to pay like I think 75 gold to be able to transfigure a card. But that also means that some of the more lousy cards you with the basic 6 or 7 attack cards you have, you can just transfer them instead of having them take up lousy space in your deck. So I will buy this one as well. So now we have 9 pages left to spend, right? additional gem I will get. And yeah, that's it, right? The rest is... oh, nope. Extra treasure. So 2 treasures per map. And the treasures are the buffs we used to get before, right? With the big, you know, character and run defining stuff you can fight.
This device is too large to turn on my own.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we go with Fugaro again.
Shall we?
I know if you may be excited to see the other heroes as well, I will probably play them a bit later on. For now, I just want to unlock as many cards as possible and get my favorite hero unlocked basically as fast as possible. So, okay. So this is the part where it's optional to, make map modifiers. So make the run more difficult. So this one, the first one, fairy hunting, is spawn extra 2 fairies per chapter. All fairies are revealed and no longer pick up your brush and inks, and all prices are increased by 60%. So the economy gets way more rough, but there are more golden fairies around, which gives additional gold. Thing is, you have to get to them, of course, and yeah, you have to spend more inks or get lucky, but where they spawn, of course. But 60% price increase is huge. That means like in the final tier in Act 3, the best gems and the best treasures are like 600 to 700 gold each, and that's just crazy money, right? So yeah, I wouldn't start with this one right now. We will unlock them all, of course, and yeah. Next one is Inksplorer. Start with inks and no brushes. Battles, dus normal, is Dutch. So normal battles now gives brushes, and normal elite battles now give inks, right? So yeah, this one is tough in the beginning, but then this one isn't too heavy on limiting your map exploring possibilities. All these exploration debuffs you see here in the middle, they are way tougher. I know what each of them are. I won't say anything, right? I won't spoil them all. We'll see once we unlock these. And this one is Gladiator, and Heroism column means that all battles are getting rough. And this one is battles are mandatory and elite battles. So elite battles are mandatory. That means that the red swords, right? Those fights are mandatory. You can't skip them. You can't head to the boss. So, for instance, if you watched the last video, I headed onto the final boss immediately after defeating only 1 elite, and there were 2. That means if you unlock 2, if you reveal 2 elites, you have to defeat them both in order for you to progress to the X or for complete the game, which is a lot more rough, and 20% more damage. Doesn't feel like a lot, but yeah, I think I maybe could have died once or twice before in the last run if I had this one. This one is cool though, and I like to ramping up difficulty more easily. So this one would be my preferred one, but I want to unlock some stuff quicker. So let's do this one first, right? So no inks and no brushes, and then battles give brushes and elite battles give inks. So as you can see on the right, it says I find 20% more pages, and if I complete this one with new heroes, so you see these icons of our 5 heroes. One is locked still. We will get to her later. 5 icons. All these give this buff. So if I unlock it now, let's for instance say I have to complete this, right, to get the 50 scrolls, and I complete it with Shara and Fugaro, then those are highlighted, and this bonus no longer applies to them if I am running this same modifier again. But if I am then doing it with, damn, what's this guy called again? Damn, I forgot about his name, but Soroko and this guy, then it means that they are getting the new heroes buff again. So it's always cool, right? If in the end, I always try to complete each and every one of the debuffs with all the heroes. So all the icons are highlighted, all the more heavy stuff, I try to do them with each and every hero. So, but for now, let's just start with these 2 guys. Enough talking. And now we're really getting into the more faster gameplay, because you saw so much of of the way I played last time already. I'm hoping, and if not, yeah, check out that video.
This will be fun!
So,
Be on
again,
alert.
normal attacks and blocks, nothing fancy, all the normal cards. We get to the later stage where we can unlock better cards in the beginning. So cards get transfigured to a better card later. But for now we're just starting with normal decks. So this is only for one turn, plus 3 powers, not really useful. We can not buy that one. So this is the 2020 or the 20 damage one we had last time. And I would say for now, yeah, this is not really anything useful for now. So this is nice. Oh, maybe this one. Yeah, that's nice to remember, right? So first we're going for this one. Are we going for the mark the target or are we going for raw damage? I would say we're going for raw damage first. Okay, let's do some fighting. I took some damage by mistake. This is... yeah, this one would be great, but yeah. I took some minor damage, but it's fine. Shuffle a coin for 9 block. It's a melee card, so when played from the front it costs 1 less. Yeah, this is 6 damage, but always have to discard one, and this is one where it's really nice to have already. Okay, it's a nice elite fight. So, yeah, it would be nice to find one of the wells already. Cool thing is, we can go either way from this spot. We can go here for this tower, or this one for here. Let's do this one, yeah. Okay, so what you always... I will go aggressive. We had this one last run as well. So what I'm always hoping is when I'm revealing like this big part with this tower is that it automatically shows up one of the wells. The wells are focused. I will use the mouse for this. If I hover around, it's somewhere in this area. And it's pretty big, right? So what you're hoping for is by using one of these wells that you one of these towers is that you automatically reveal one of the wells, because having to search for the wells for additional energy is really a pain in the ass. You want to save as much of the... Look, what I will do here is use another, and hopefully it's in this spot. And here it is. So this is the first time we're encountering one of these ones. This is a well. And it says, the Orb of Feria, gain +1 energy for the first turn. And gathering more orbs upgrades your orb. Sorry about that. So when I hopefully, and they're most of the times sometimes they're on the same side, but most of the times they're at exact opposite spots. So on this side, and then hopefully somewhere on the top when I'm using that tower, then the other one will get revealed. And the orb will get upgraded, right? So this one is +1 for first turn only. And as many orbs I find, the better the upgrades will be. This is good. These are the sleepy guys. We already had them. Cool thing is, we can kill one in turn 1, which is huge. Okay, we use this one. Oh, that's nice. We don't really need it, but it's nice to have 18 frogs. And now... Cool. That was a new card, by the way. It summons 18 frogs. Normally the card is more expensive, but because of the zero costing card where we spawn a card for Fugaro for 1 cost less, it was only 1 to spawn 18 frogs. So frogs do 18 damage. And the thing about frogs and some other allies as well is each turn you have them, they go down in value. So if 18 frogs become 17 next turn, right? So yeah. So I have this card, which is really cool, but this is 30 damage, okay, which is amazing for 2. And these guys all have yeah, pretty much basic health, right? So it's a waste for me to spend it on them. So it doesn't skip to the next enemy. So I can use them for 30 damage, but if I'm only hitting the enemy for like his health pool of 14 or 15, that's a lot of wasted hits. Okay, here we go again. So this hits for the items the times that my this hits to damage equal to 5 times the size of my dissolve pile. Since I don't have a dissolve pile, it hits for 5 only. Would have been more easy to understand if it's for 0, because I don't have anything in my dissolve pile, but yeah, let's get rid of these guys. So I have 2 left. Let's make sure that she doesn't take damage, yeah.
Return whence you came.
Let's see. Let's just do it like this. That one will die. We'll get some small hits in, but it's fine. Okay, again. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of cool, right? So we can do this. And do this. And of course, I mean, any hit will kill that guy, right? But she did the 3 times 10 damage, and then he copies her attack for with that card as well. So we got the well over here. This one, oh, I got another issue with the controller, so I'll use the mouse for this. So this gives Runes of Sight always reveal a gemstone. So that's huge. Because gemstones can be really, you know, they can really take your cards into a next tier. So I will, oh, misclick. Oh man, that sucks. It was, that's the shitty thing about the controller. Yeah, that's, oh man, that's so wasteful. The controller and using the inks and brushes is pretty rough sometimes. Great, but let's get going. Okay, I will use this one. Get some blood. And let him attack. This one. This is also great. Amazing cards to have right now. Get some blocking in. Let her attack. Like I said, I'm trying to ramp up more and more to the speed I'm actually normally playing with, right? So. Okay, so the shitty thing is that we didn't find the well, right, with the previous card, so this is a nice one. This is awesome as well. I will get that one again. And be mindful of how many cards for Fugaro I have right now, right? So that the balance between the heroes is not too out of shape. You know, that one hero gets too much cards and the other one doesn't have anything. But look, for now, this is absolutely great. So 15 attack. So we need to take that guy out, right? That's the most important thing, I would say. Yeah. Oh, wait a sec. Let me get some blocking. Okay. And now we have to focus on the guy on the back row before he awakes from his slumber. Yep. Oh, that would have been amazing. I think I made a mistake there. No, that's fine. Of course. Get him to the front row so the card becomes free. Okay. Like I said, you need to be mindful of the balance in your deck because you can't have Fugaro on the front row rate each time, so then it becomes problematic. Let's see, am I gonna kill this guy then? Yeah, right, so then it's fine. And then use block. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is overkill. That's fine. So can you already notice that the way it's going, and this is early days still, right? Of course, but it's more, I wouldn't say easier, but the fights are already less of a hassle than they were before, right? I really want to get this one, and in order for that one, I can pick up this one or reveal something around there, and then, yeah, I will do that one, yeah. I will use...
Refreshing.
If I'm going into an elite battle, I really want to make sure that I'm at max health, because they can hit like a truck. Okay, now it would be a great time to pick up... this one is huge. Courage is also amazing, as we know. I will pick up this one. So, daggers, swap heroes, we had this one last run. Or game one and draw a card, and then I will choose this one for now. Yeah. Okay, we already fought this enemy before. So our main focus is... so... Let's see, we only need 6 block, and we need to kill the first enemy, right? So... this one. 6 block. And the rest we can attack it. And yeah, this is whatever, right? So. That's a huge card. This is fine. It's a minor attack, but that kills him, right? With 4 health, with the guy in front. So now we can focus all of our attacking on the big dude. He dies, he goes to snooze again. Now he plans to do a debuff, which is fine for us, so we don't need to... here, mark an enemy, 20 damage is huge. She gets some additional power. And this fight is basically over, right? So... do you notice how much easy this is than how much easier this is compared to last time, right? We picked up this one, by the way, quickly. So whenever I play a range card, deal 5 damage to all enemies. So Fugaro has some range cards, if I remember correctly. So we will look out for the range cards. Okay, so they are gonna attack for 23. This one could be used, but doesn't really take him out. So I would say we focus on defense first for now, which is kind of a dull first turn, I know, but yeah. This is amazing. Do we really care? No, we don't. Like these 18 frogs, that's already 23 and now 22 damage, of course, like I said, they decline. So I only need to do 9 damage to this guy, and then we already have 1. Okay, so fight's already over. Look, amazing. Like I said before, always have to keep in mind the balance between the cards and making sure that I don't do too much offensive and then... Okay, my cat is playing with my mouse. That's such a stereotype for my cat, right? Playing with the mouse. Yeah. This is the glitchy controller stuff again. So when this hero gains life or revives, draw 2 cards. This is good for her.
I think I've seen this before.
And then we maybe need to find another treasure that buffs her. So you would say, okay, now head to this fight, right? And then to this. Yeah, I really want to fight the second well. And I would say it's normally around somewhere around here. Here we have an alchemist. Hopefully this rune will reveal one.
What's over there?
That's pretty rough. We will get there hopefully when defeating the elite. But we really want to find this additional well. And this seems like a pretty good spot to have it in. Here we go. And you can say, wow, you're spending this insane amount of brushes, right? Yeah, but like I said, the buff from this one is so huge. Right now it's +1 for the first 2 turns, which is already cool. Next one we get +1 for every turn. And it gets even better still. So yeah. Yeah, this is 75 to transmute a card. Before we do that, let's first head back to our guy. And then here you can see whenever this hero takes damage, gains 5 block, which is huge because it's constantly added, right? So let's say 3 enemies are gonna hit Sarah, for instance. She gets hit for, she has a shield of 5 and she gets hit for 6, right? Then she gets hit, and the hit she takes for 1 damage puts up another shield of 5 again. So this is really good defensive layer. And I think it's probably best if I take it. This one, not really for now. This card I don't really like because it negates the block effect of 1 card for it to do double damage of the block amount. But yeah, you lose 1 block card, and I'm not really in a position right now to lose 1 block card. This hero loses life and gains power. This is one of the gems I use only with 1 hero, and that hero we are gonna unlock soon. And she has this regen that she does, and so this isn't as hard hitting. But losing 5 life for 2 power is just too much right now. So I will buy this one. And since she is our front row hero, Shara will get it. And now we have money enough for this. So now we have a choice to make, right? Which card do we want to transform into a card of the same hero, of course. But which would not lose us too much. I would say one of the attack cards right now. Okay, now you get 3 options, and each of these cards can be equipped with one of these gems. Not all cards and gems are can be used together, right? So if you want to use this and this, you can't, right? Because it's a block card, so you can't say attacks from this card deal +4 damage when played from the back. That makes no sense. But a block card and then transforms the block into twice as much damage to the leading enemy. So this 5 block becomes a 10 attack card. That's usable. This one is actually huge, right? This is attack the leading enemy for 6 twice. It's a card you play from the back. And then the back gains +4. So this is 20 damage for only 1 energy. And this ally is normally great to have in certain situations, but not right now. So I will go for this combination. This is absolutely amazing. We have to keep in mind for it to function properly, the shower needs to be in the back row, of course. So yeah, we got our second well, which is great. So what I'm hoping for right now is by defeating this elite enemy, we get these small ink spots again that we can only use 1 to get to the for another gemstone. And gemstones can really be all over the place, right? Could be absolute crap, but could be great as well. Okay, here we have the bleed boss again. So her dagger will cause us to bleed for 5 damage a turn. And right now I don't really care which hero takes it. What I want is for Shara to play this card in the back. So what we first will do, make sure she is here. Okay, now 13 twice is, like I said, that's amazing. Holy shit, we knocked this guy down here. 7, you're dead. Now we can take this guy down, you're dead. Okay, now we have options, right? Are we going for this or are we going for block? Since I want her to die as fast as possible, I'm going for this, because Shara only takes 1 damage, but she will take the bleed regardless. So I just want to make sure that she dies as soon as possible, so that Shara doesn't take as much bleed damage. And this is... it's already done. Do you notice the difference with last run? I think the speed is already up there as well. It's also me. This is also a nice one to have. Heal 5 more. You can say, okay, we're not missing a bunch of health, but for the final boss, I always recommend to be at full health. You never know if that 1-2 health points is gonna make the difference between surviving or not. This can be a waste, right? 3 ink spaces for 1. I don't care. I want to see what the gem is. And the gem is really, really good. 7 block, additional 7 block. And we want to give this to a card that normally doesn't do block. You can say, wow, it's nice to have 13 block on one. For me, it doesn't work that way, right? I want to make sure that it gives me an additional swap option, because swapping can be a useful mechanic to use sometimes. Also to get rid of some of the debuffs enemies give us. So this could be nice. 7 and 7. Okay, not the greatest. Attack card for 7 is probably one we're gonna later transform again, if we can get there. I want to use it on a card that I use frequently, right? So one of these would be my preference.
This works.
Because a 0 card would give Fugaro a card that's 1 less, but also gives me 7 block. I mean, that's only positives, right? And it doesn't cost me any energy. Okay, so this is an enemy we haven't come across before. It's 3 stages, and it's not that all of the stages have 250 health. That would be a bit much at this stage. They have a shared health pool. Cool thing is, they all do something different. The main guy is in the middle. He's sitting on his platform and let his slaves carrying him. And this guy has debuffs, all your normal standard attacks. These 2 guys don't do anything except carry this guy, but they have 25 above them. And the value of 25 means a lot. So if I can get this guy from 25 to 0, his attack becomes 33% less effective. Which is amazing, right? That's some of the debuffs we get sometimes from other enemies. If I get the back row guy from 25 to 0, he receives 33% more damage. So what I always do, I choose survivability first, right? So my main focus is the guy on the front row. The allies attack the guy on the front row as well, of course. But you can see what I mean by this. I will make sure he gets down to 0 this turn. Here we go. And now he does 10, and now he does 7. So 33% damage left. Which is also huge for me, because now 1 block for me is fine, right? This is not the fight for me where I need to be mindful of, okay, after this fight I don't want to be left with only 20 health or whatever. No, after this fight we are getting replenished in our health pool again, right, for the next act. So right now I only care about doing large amounts of damage. And if this guy at 0, he can't go below 0, of course, so then I start attacking the guy on the back row. So now we take 1 damage, but that's fine. But look at the health pool of the boss, right? We went from 250 to 179 in 1 turn. Okay? Shara now has the front row debuff of her having the additional 33% damage, so we want to make sure that we swap as late as possible Fugaro to the front row. I will play this hero with this ally. I will make sure we get some block, and I will attack this guy, and then make sure that he gets to the front row. Yes, we still take some damage, but a lot less than Shara would have taken. Here is our new gem. Here it is. So this one first. This guy is already at 0 again. And now we can choose to focus more of our attacking power on... this is a nice ally to have as well. So once he attacks, he gives a mark to the front enemy. And now we can attack the guy in the back row. So here we go. You will see a mark appear. There it is. It's a nice one to have as well. An additional energy point. Now, Fugaro has an attacking card as well, so we always get 1 energy back, so we are managing to play almost all our cards right here. So we have to be mindful that the next attack is going to be huge, right? 30, and we're going to negate some, and then it becomes 24, I think, so we're going to take some damage, right? Because we can only get up to 12 block. It's fine. And whoever takes it, doesn't really matter. The enemy is so low in health already, he's gonna be, you know, down. Oh, he even goes down to 20, of course. 1/3 less. Okay. And this is a bit of the home stretch we're in right now. But the ease this battle was, right? I mean, almost no damage whatsoever. Okay, so let's see. This is huge. This one is huge as well. This is decent. It's really nice, especially in later stages where you have to really hit enemies hard. But this is so amazing. Energy between turns. Especially with the additional wells, which gives us additional energy, makes for a huge difference in way we're gonna play the game. So this one is one of the best gem series as well. After you play this, return it to the top of your deck. So this means that always we're gonna have the same card to play over and over and over again, as long as we make sure it's no dissolving card, of course. And it far outweighs for me the benefits we get from the stuff on the right. So this one, I almost always choose that one. Okay, we get some additional inks. We have not enough spots for our inks, so the inks get dropped off here. We need to remind this, right? So when we spend some inks, head back down and pick this one up. So yeah, it doesn't automatically transfer with you to the next stage of Act 3, right? So okay. So first things first, always check out which treasures are there. This one is great. Ally and plus power is also always nice, especially for Sheriffs, and a really nice card to have. Reap and gain gold. So reap means if you kill an enemy while using this one, it reaps, and you gain 25 gold. And it also means the card with which it's socketed in also disappears for that battle. It doesn't disappear after one use though, so that's always nice. So it only disappears after you kill an enemy with it. This one we know. Draw a card for each 8 cards in your draw pile, and this can be huge, especially when we're gonna go with energy stacking later, right? So if we have energy left each turn, you want as many cards in your hand as possible to be able to spend that energy, of course, as well, right? So more cards, being able to play more cards or having more cards to choose from is huge. So this one is really great as well. For now, I really like this one. You already noticed it from last run. This one gives us a nice offense and defensive layer. And what we need to remember is that we soon need to look out for cards for Fugaro to do more attack damage as well, to be able to trigger that block buff we get from that card. This card is amazing if you have courage, but we are not really in the courage build situation right now. Let's see what this is. So this is a courage card, and here we have another one of these guys. And I really want to I always want 2 of them. Always. Because it's 10 block for free. Right? So here we have one. This is a great card. Yeah, so let's do it in this order. Gives him a mark. Let's attack him. Let's see, 21 and it's 26. So, guy in the front row is not important. He's only there for 1 turn, so. Okay, so this is a rough, right? So 1 attack costs 2 more. Let's hope that we get a decent card with this one. No, that's not really worth it. So leading enemy twice kills the first enemy, which gives us another one to give us some block, but we're gonna take a bunch of damage right now. Or no, maybe not. This guy will. Great, awesome. 10, it's fine. And this guy has only a health pool of 20, so later. Great. Let's do some revealing. Okay, that's pretty nice. If we now get a small ink, a small 2 ink, but then we have to defeat an elite one, of course. We have to be mindful of that. Those guys only give off big brushes right now, so yeah. So another aggressive ally for us to be able to swap. This is if you're more of a dagger build. And we had the option before for hidden blades, which gave us 3 daggers. And dagger stacking we will later do as well. I will choose this one.
Useful skill.
I like to be able to have the option to swap the heroes if I want to, even if I don't have the cards for it. So yeah, okay, this one. I always try to use the 0 cost cards first. Okay, here we have the same ally again. So this is great. This gives us additional damage. And this guy is basically not gonna do any more damage whatsoever to us this turn. Right, 3 times 3, and he's done. So, one less enemy to worry about. Right, he's done next turn, so we don't have to pay any attention. Yeah, it's a shame that he has 2 marks on him, right? So we could trigger the marks. I will do this one, and then this. And trigger his mark, because it's a waste to let one of the allies kill him and not miss out on our marks. And now our focus is just this guy, and he will also do no damage to us anymore. Here we go. You can see that the difficulty, and I'm trying to be careful here, I don't want to jinx myself, like the difficulty and the way my deck is playing right now, it's not really in stable state, right? Enemies that normally you have to put a lot more thought in it are just, I can kill them easily, right? So that changes soon, I promise. Okay, so here we have one of the gems we wanted to avoid before, right? So this really does nothing for us right now. That one is nice. I forgot a bit about what it does exactly. Crappy thing again, we didn't get the well, right? We were really hoping to get a well unveil with unlocking the tower. We didn't get it. So good thing is we got an elite, which we will take any elite we can because our deck feels strong right now. Not right now, we're first gonna beat the normal enemy there. Then we'll start exploring this bit a bit. Right, so choice for me to make is, am I gonna find the elite to get a normal ink and not having to waste a brush over here? Because I can't go there unless I spend a brush. Right, so I can do I can do this, but there's no way for me to unlock the tower, so I need to spend the brush. So I can either defeat the elite and then hopefully get some ink and get there cheap, or, you know, think screw it and spend the brush. And elite I normally tend to save until last, right, because they're a bit more rough. So the crappy thing is, oh, I must spend this gem. I have to remember to spend this gem next time. Crappy thing is, yeah, we don't have any defensive layer right now this turn. You notice that? Okay. So that's a bit crappy. What I can do is kill one of these guys. Shit, I can't. I thought I had another attack point left. I didn't. So now we have a choice to make, right? It's 25 damage, and I'm gonna take it on the chin because I don't have an option. So I want the guy with the most health points to get it. So yeah, like I said, maybe I sounded too cocky before, right? This is a good spirit to get. It negates one of the damage, one time of damage you're gonna take, but I don't really want it right now. And it seems we're getting in a bit of a rough spot here. So I would say, because this doesn't really give me anything for benefit right now, I will say, that's such a shame. It's whatever, it's not that I have a choice, right? So I'm taking some damage again. Played a bit too soon. better to have chosen for the defensive card. Is this enough to kill him? No, it doesn't really matter, right? Gonna spend it anyway. Yeah, amazing. Okay. But as you can see, certain enemies, certainly, and then I'm just taking damage, you know? I have to spend both of my potions. Yep. Okay. Okay, this is cool. This is great. Amazing card, so we first have to think about the gems we're gonna use right now. To the end of turn, ready to swap, game block. This can be used to return each time in our hand. Yeah. Okay, okay. Turn 5 is a bit far along for now. We're not doing that much damage to turn 5, mainly only elite battles. This one is nice to have. 16 damage in the first turn for free, but yeah. And this one, yeah, we need to start courage stacking, but we're not courage stacking right now, so I would say this one. No, this one. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's make a choice, yeah? I would say we want this one. We want this one to come again. Back into our hand each turn.
Suitable.
And then for the one we want to return into our pile. That one.
Very well.
Some extra damage. And let's see. No, I'm not feeling it. Okay. He could use some upgrades, I think. Yeah, she could as well, but... Okay. Am I going for a third one?
This works.
So, the reason I'm choosing this combination is because it places the ally first and then does the bottom attack later, right? And the chances that I have a 10 draw pile gets higher now in the more cards I add, right? The chance that I'm starting with a higher draw pile than 10 is also great. So I'm placing this one, and then it feels like a bit of a waste because it would be huge to have it on the card you have like always, but for me this sometimes guarantees for me to get additional block when placing that ally. So yeah, yeah, I could have maybe given it to a better enemy. But a better enemy, what am I saying? Better card. But yeah. Okay, here we have our tough guy again. This dude. This dude. And yeah. Fully attack focus this turn, and this one doesn't matter. Oh! Didn't need to spend this one. We need to remember we are retaining energy right now, so if I can save an energy point, I really need to start doing it. So this is a cool thing. So now I can really make a choice, right? I can play this one and have this guy do nothing of damage to me. I think we will go for this one. So next turn there's no damage, and now I have just an option about what I want to use, right? So I would say hit him for a bit. And it's fine. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. It's the free part. So now it doesn't matter. Okay, he gets the damage. Right. This one. This one. This one. And then, you know, before you know it, the fight is over again. But you can notice, like, the order in which I get the cards is also, you know, saying a lot about if I'm gonna have a good fight or not, right? These are free brushes to get, by the way, so I'm spending a brush to get to this enemy, but defeating one of these enemies gives me a brush as well. And hopefully there's a well behind this part. And there is. Look.
It grows.
Free. You gain +1 every turn. And there is another one over here somewhere. Or over there. Let's hope we will find them. I always try to find all 6 of them. Okay. Look, this is what I meant, right? So we're attacking him and we're instantly getting blocked. We're not getting instantly blocked. Okay, that's good for me to remember then. So I thought that the trigger would also apply immediately after placing him. It does not. So that's a waste of a gem, really. And a really, really strong gem as well. So, yeah, that's stupid of me. Okay, we need to be mindful of the fact that we don't have any block right now. Yeah, I don't want to get hit right, so let's do it like this. Let him take the damage. Yeah, I mean it's quite expensive, right? Spending free energy to get damage negation, but I don't want them to take any hits. This one is great. Yeah, this is not really awesome, right? So, cool thing is we're not gonna take any damage this turn, so yeah, let's just play all the cards. Doesn't really matter. Oh, we're gonna get damage. Yep, some. Because of the frogs. Yeah. So 19, so we're good. Should be done. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, the ink, right? So this one is pretty nice to have, I think, but also I will buy this one, and hopefully we get back to. So we need to make 150 more to be able to get the one on the bottom right. I really want that one as well. Yeah, let's grab the ink, yeah. Then we can probably get to that one first before attacking the... Yeah, this is great. So, draw 1 card for every 10 cards in your deck, right? So this is huge. Yeah, it's a bit late for courage stacking, but...
Excellent.
Okay, so now there is another well, and I hope it's over here. It is not. Hopefully this Rune of Sight will reveal it for me. It will not, because it's never there.
Let's take a look.
Okay, so it's a scroll, which also could be really great. Yeah, so I would say there are multiple options right now. Either it's directly, the well is directly below this guy, or it's over here. And we will spend both of our brushes because we get another brush from this fight. Because I really, really want to get that additional one. It's so huge. But look how many cards we're getting right now. So, cool thing is, right now, we have a shitty card. Right now, look, this is so much block I'm getting, look at it. I'm 8, and just by attacking, this isn't even a block gaining card, right? This is pure attacking, and then it gives me so much extra stuff. So this is huge. This would be great when played from the back, but it's fine for now. We will just attack. Let's see, this is 20, we're good. Right, and this guy already gets nice 20 damage. So these 3 guys, this ally is really the ally to always choose for when playing Fugara. This gives one enemy minus 15 for this turn, which is also great. Yeah, let's do some swapping. Do we want some swapping? Yeah, we want this guy to... Yeah. Like that. Yeah, now we have choices. We can play this for fun, right? This guy's gonna die anyway, but look, this is minus 15 and he will go minus 15. Cool. I think the deck is okay. It isn't the best for what we're gonna encounter later. Yeah, this is such a rough spot to use it in. Look at how little. Okay, I'll use this one here and then the other one next to. Look, nothing. So it can be here. I will use it over there in that spot. Okay, so we need to be mindful. This guy that we're fighting right now, he gets stronger the more cards we play. So he gets +2 power for each card. So 20 becomes 22, becomes 24. This turn, it will be fine, I think, if I play a bunch of cards. Next turn, he does twice as many damage. So here we go again. This with this. Get our defensive layer going. We need to get our... let's see... Oh, that's huge as well, right? What do I want to do for my final? I think this is huge. Then this. Yeah. This will be amazing as well, right? But I rather don't get hit at all. So I think it's better this way. But great first round. Half of the damage gone. This is the turn I normally play more defensive, because he has 7 times 2, which isn't a lot right now, 14, but it adds up fast. So I will play this one, this for defense, this one for defense, and then I will keep this up. So we're getting hit for like 30 already, right? Which is 22, which is huge, and this is a free turn, because now he buffs himself, and we don't care about how much cards we play. Yes, he will be stronger next turn, but we hope he won't live that long for next turn. And he won't even be here next turn. Yeah, we can play his cards for fun. That's it. So Fugaro took a decent chunk of damage, yeah. Like I said, we're not invincible by any means. Okay, so we will use the last one over here, or over here. And let's hope their well is over here. It is amazing again. So this gives +2 on the first turn, and then +1 every other turn. So, yeah. But you can also notice that Fugaro, we don't have a build right now that does marks, that gives us coins, nothing, right? It's so completely different from last time we were playing, where we were really relying on his coin and mark building skills. But right now we have gone a complete other way, which is really cool, right? So, I mean, that's always the case with deck builders, I suppose, with having multiple options. We're not going to get to that treasure, by the way, but it's fine. We have this melee gem to spend. Let's see if this is great. So this gives us, when played from the front row, it costs 1 less. And then it gives us the boomerang as well, which makes it return to the draw pile.
Very well.
Great, 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 great card. So yeah, we can get there, but we have to use 2 inks, and we will decide if we're going to use it. So we wanted 175 gold. There's a scroll. Yeah, the scroll will be awesome, but there's no way to get there without spending 2 inks. So, okay. Yeah, so we want to get 175 gold coins, so we can buy the gem. Taking something to drink as well. Okay. So you can see that there is a certain swing coming into the build, right? So we are playing more of the same cards in the same order, right? So, and that's also because we're now getting familiar with. That's a cool thing, right? This deck is of course entirely made by. I didn't. That's a waste of 1 energy. I didn't need to use that one. The previous one. The last one I did, but this one not. So. But like, you get to know the decks, and you got to know which cards go together, right? So, this is 25, which sucks a bit, right? So, we are getting hit. And you could say, okay, let her take the hit for 11. But I want him to take the majority of hits right now. And the reason for that is because I have to assume that she is gonna be leading most of the turns in the boss fights as well. So I can keep him safely on the background if I want to. And with her, I don't always have that option. So again, we're gonna take some damage. 9. Like, these elite battles are no joke, right? And this guy is dying quickly now, right? And in later runs, he gets more health, he hits more, we do less damage to him. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so now we have a choice to make, yeah. So let's first do first. First things first. Let's buy the gem we wanted. This one. Okay, so what we want is we want to put it into a cheap gem, cheap card we often use. So this one is free most of the time, right? Combo cards, so we'll use it.
Suitable.
Okay. So we have an option. Are we gonna spend 2 inks to get to that dude? I don't think so. And what else do we have? We have all the wells. Yeah, we can get to that card. We also have to spend all 2 inks. But I'd rather keep the inks for next act. And yeah, it isn't a guarantee we're gonna get there, but let's try. Here we go. Okay, this guy is probably the roughest boss in this act that you can get. He does crazy amounts of damage sometimes. He can, he consumes, let's see, this is a bit wasteful I think to use. Yeah, that's fine. So, he packs an enormous punch. And also, every couple of turns, he consumes your minions, which is really, really shitty. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now I have a choice, right? Am I gonna attack him for 10? And or gain, now 6 block is unnecessary, but attack for 10, I think I will rather hang on to 1 energy point and see what cards I draw next turn. So this is fine, right? So okay, now I'm taking more damage, but we will see if we can. No, we can't get her Fugaro up front. At least I think so. We draw an additional card because of our gem. Now we can get him to front row, which is nice, right? Because, yeah. If we swap, we get more block. So this becomes 20, but she takes more damage, so you don't really want that. No, let him take 12. And 12 is a lot, right? I mean, but like I said, this is tactical damage taking. I don't intend for him to stay on the front row for much longer. This is nice. So now fight, swap, fight. Okay. So he's gonna consume one of our minions and he gets additional power. Here we go. He's gonna assume an ally. It's gone. Fine. And now he heals for 40, which is huge, right? Which kills both of my guys. So I really need something to happen right now. This is a shitty one to have right now because we need to dissolve cards and have marks to be able to use them. So we're a bit in a rough spot right now. So I would suggest first Let's switch them. Use this one. Oh, I made a huge mistake. I should have used this one. But he's dead anyway, because look at the other frogs. Man, I thought I screwed up, but our frogs saved the day. Okay, at the end of the turn, at the start of each battle, this hero gains protection. Protection is this veil that you have around you, but it gets broken, right? So if you don't block enough, it gets taken away, but it can take any punch once. This is one we saw before. Game 1 if you kill an enemy and draw a card. And this one is amazing right now. So if the leading hero is doing damage, their attacks are doing 1 bleed. And bleed, we know, is really cool.
Nice find.
Hey, our same gem again. So we have block, attack for 7 3 times. We already have that. And attack for 0. And when your heroes swap, this card increases damage by 3. But these are all free Shara cards. Let's see how many cards we have. This is 1 for Fugaro. They are Fugaro cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now 10 Fugaro cards and 9 from Shara, right? So we could pick up those, and I think I will, because these are pretty nice to have, all of them.
Useful skill.
Okay, we pick up additional inks. Right, there are inks around here, laying there. Okay, so we had another tier unlocked. Okay, first cards you place gains 3 power. Each turn add a coin to your deck. Coins are nice. And both heroes gain +1 power. I think it's a bit late to start now with coins, but coins are always free, right? So this one is huge and could give us a swap or whatever we want, you know, like a buff sometimes. So yeah, let's do this. Let's see, we already have 2 of those. Are we really, do we want another of those? It's a bit much, I think. We have 2 of the shitty gems, by the way. This we already own, we don't really want that. We are not really in the courage business right now. And this is 15 times the number of marks they have, but we're not really planting marks right now, right? So all these cards are really not up my alley. This is an amazing gem. Hits all enemies. Yeah, whenever you draw a card, gain 1 block. It's huge, also with coins, of course. Yeah, so let's see what we come across when... This is now a nice enemy to get. Mark an enemy 3 times, and this is 1 only when we play it from the back. This or this one or this one. I think we'll go for this one. Yeah. So we didn't do anything with marks yet, but that card gives 3 marks for one energy, which is great. Right? So let's see what we have. Right. Look, here is the bleeding. Yeah, we want some block, and then we don't really want to swap, so this is fine. So now he bleeds for 4 every turn, and we can stack more and more if you want to. Like, this is again a free attacks. Here we go with the bleeding. Look, here we go, a triple. This isn't really, I'm gonna defeat him anyway this turn, right? But just to showcase what this does, here, and he gets 3 marks automatically, right? And because it's a range card, we're doing damage, right? Range cards, it's 5 damage, and now it's done. But to be honest, this is probably the most easy enemy we're gonna encounter in this entire field right now, so yeah, you know, it was great. Oh, here we go. My favorite hero is here, and then it means, yeah, her teapot is here. And yeah, it's a long way to get there, because she, Aurora, she's amazing. And her playstyle with Fugaro is top notch. So we will unlock her definitely. No matter how much inks or whatever it costs, we will get her this time. She isn't in each run, so yeah. Once you unlock her, she's unlocked. But look how far we have to travel, right? I mean, she is all the way over there. This teapot, which she needs to be activated, is all the way over here. So we will head to the teapot first. But yeah, look at how much you have to spend on traveling inks and stuff to even get there, right? So yeah, I would say we go into a most direct path as possible towards it. So I would say we go to the teapot, then we unlock the towers, and with the towers we hopefully get some clear. I'm using the control. We hopefully get some clearance around the tower to use maybe 1 or 2 inks or brushes to get to her, right? Good thing is we still have some inks left. And I would say we do the pathing immediately before fighting too much enemy. So we will destroy this guy, then we use the Rune of Sight, hopefully unlock somewhere in the vicinity of one of the power-ups we want to get, or one of the unlocks for Aurora, and then we go get her. Because then we will switch to another completely other playstyle, right? Because Shara is cool, it's amazing, she's very, you know, great offense, and I really like her playstyle, but the playstyle of Aurora combined with Fugaro is, oh man, it's absolutely the best in the game. So yeah, we want additional block, so we want to attack this one. Must be careful not to get too far ahead of myself, right? I mean, but so far this is going great. I would say I'd rather kill this dude, right? Or is he gonna, yeah, he's gonna die anyway, right? Yeah, so that's wasteful. So he's gonna die anyway, because he doesn't have his shield anymore and those guys are gonna take him out. So better to attack the one on the back row. Yes, we're gonna take 2 damage. But it's fine. So we have the triple. Oh, this is cool. Look. Now. Yep. That was cool. So it's a card that dissolves all the cards he has, but it attacks as well directly for all the amount of cards you dissolve. Okay. Let's go. Okay, that's a shitty space to reveal something in. Yeah, this is a card you normally would use when you're courage stacking with Shara. A gem, but we're not, so yeah. We can give it to her. Yeah, it's whatever.
Very well.
Right? Not gonna use it really. Doesn't benefit me that much. So let's see. It will be some zigzagging towards. Oh, cool! So now we get +2 on the first 2 turns, and then 1 every other turn. Already great. So now, I would say we use this brush here. Okay. Pick up a teapot. Look, this hero gains +12 max life, right? So we give it to Shara. She will lose the teapot because we need to give it to Aurora for her to be unlocked. Oh, the Courage Dragon. Like I said, yeah, it's called the Dragon Spirit. I know, I call it a Courage Dragon. This one is so huge normally in the beginning, right? Because it gets better, like I said before, with each elite and each boss you defeat. Right now, it really doesn't do anything. Yeah, it would be cool. Maybe we can get up to 26 cards. It's a free card anyway, so okay, we'll pick it up, right? We need 2 more cards to be able to unlock the final talent here. But that's a card you normally really want to get in the beginning of your run, so you can get it up and then start looking for more cards that are doing something with the courage mechanic. And we don't have those, right? So yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is great. So we get swap. These guys do damage for 25, which will easily, you know, get around. Yeah, this is our when hero swap. It gets better. So cool thing is, what we can do is we can swap and then swap again, and this card will be stronger than it was before, right? And now we save this one and we save energy because we have plenty of block. Okay. Cool. Okay. This is pretty huge. This is a bit bullshit to use, but we're gonna use it because it's fun. Here it is. Saves us a bit of damage, and then we'll just yeah, get rid of this guy, right? Now we can choose a card, and let's. Yeah, we're just doing enough damage, and we know he's gonna die anyway, right? With the allies that are doing damage, so those fights are pretty straightforward. We get an additional brush. Yeah, it would be amazing. Let's see. Yeah, we really are gonna need everything to get to her. I think it's gonna be rough. Yeah, let me pick up those. I forgot about that. No, I'm exaggerating, man. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be rough to get to her. That's absolutely bullshit. They're already here, right? So here we go. So Aurora is amazing. She's this old lady with a shell, and she has the tiniest health pool ever imaginable, but she is so freaking awesome. And you can go so many ways with her build. It's so cool, really, really cool. I will explain more once we get to playing with the character. But oh man, I really, really, really enjoy it a lot. Yeah. Yo, you can see how many cards I start drawing now, right? Which is sometimes you think, okay, this is looking like a bit much. Yes, it can be, but remember that more cards means more options to choose from. Right, so I'm quickly. Oh, that's fine. It was free anyway. Right? So we want the swapping one, and now we have a question: do we want to spend it to attack this guy? Yes, we want it for the bleeding. But like I said, more cards means more options, and more options means more tactics about, you know, do I need to go defensive this turn? And in the beginning, we were just like, okay, I need to spend all the cards I have, but. Which leaves me sometimes in a bit of a rough situation. This again looks to be like it can leave us in a bit of a rough situation because yeah, this guy is gonna give us a kick in the teeth. 34 damage. Yeah, this is rough. One of those turns where we don't get our defense high enough. Quickly enough, and then look, 12. And that's one of the first things I'm gonna invest in next, is getting their health pools up, because that's one of the stuff you can spend pages on as well. This guy's done. And there it is. Right, so. Yeah, but you see, if she gets a decent punch, and these aren't even the biggest damage output you can take or get, she almost gets destroyed, right? This is huge, by the way. Great. So after playing 15 cards, we get additional energy in cards. Is it additional cards as well? Yeah, draw a card and gain an extra energy per each turn, so that's great. But right now, she's only at 27 health, right? So, and that means at this stage that one of these fights, yeah, if there's a tiny mistake or a luck of the draw, yep, that could mean life or death. Okay, that's great. So, a Radiant Heart, which is up to 40. Okay, so. But the shallow health pools are really an issue right now still. Yeah, I think I want that one, right? I'm at 25. So one more card. Nope. This one was nice. We already had this one. So first time you have no cards in, I really want this one again. So we're pretty Fugaro focused this time around. Let's see. Forgot about. I want to have this one. It's huge, right? Because it gives us a block by just drawing cards at the start of our turn as well. So I want to have 500 gold. We need to keep that in mind. So yeah. Oh, I was gonna beat this normal guy up there. Okay, here we go. Okay, this can be a bit of a lengthy fight. These guys are unstable forgelings, and they have 15 explosive damage above them. So if you kill them, they damage you for 15. And this guy is even planning on buffing himself, right? So 15 gets 25, I think. So then you need to be mindful of, I need to have a shield of at least 25 when I kill this guy, or otherwise I'm gonna take an enormous amount of damage. Let's see. Yeah, this is a shitty card to draw. You can't use that one. So we have plenty of defenses up right now, right? Yeah. So what we really would like is this guy to die this turn. And we're not going to get there. Look, he has 2 health left. Oh, he is gonna die. He has bleed. What am I saying? So now we need to do a little bit of calculation. So he's gonna do 15 damage plus 12 from the guy next to it plus 1, and the 1 isn't really important right now. So we need a 28 pool to protect ourselves, right? So we need to spend this one. He explodes, does damage. And now we have this flaming 8 above our heads, and that means that is something that this guy does. And that gives us 8 damage at the end of the turn. But we can get rid of this pool by swapping our heroes around. So by each time we swap, the damage gets lower and lower, right? So I would say, yeah, that's fine. Let's first swap them around a bit. I will let her do her damage. Yeah, let's do this guy first. And then swap around, and then the 6 becomes 4. And this one is just for fun. And now we can swap around again if we want to get it to 2, but it's fine because I can take the damage whatever this attack is gonna do anyway. But this guy on the right, the first enemy, is now at 25 already explosive damage, so that really sucks. So if we destroy him now, and we can, and we will probably, one of these guys is gonna take crazy damage, right? And we don't have, we only have this defensive layer. That's it. So yeah, this is rough, right? Look at this. But we have to kill him. Or I could have kept him alive for another turn, I guess. But it is what it is, right? We committed. Okay, here we go. He's gonna take a buttload of damage. Here we go. And then comes the 10. You see how the 5 block gets replenished, which prevents a bunch of damage to us? But still, right? Yep. It really sucks. Yeah, let's finish this guy. Yeah.
Come on, take.
Yeah, it's fine. And then it doesn't really matter, right? Our allies can kill the guy. Yeah, but this is what I meant. Certain hits, man, they can really screw you over. Yeah, we already had enough cards. And we want to get this one. So now you will see that just by... yeah, we can get there, but I'm first. Oh, nice block. Oh yeah, I got no gold more. Okay, so now I want to decide what to give the block. This is 20 block. I will use it for this one.
This works.
I told before that I didn't really want to use it block on top of blocking, but To be honest, and is there a reason for me to fight this enemy right now? I'm looking at the benefits, right? I get some gold, but I'm not going to be able to spend gold anymore. I'm not really want to buy any more cards. Yes, I get a brush, which might give me additional. I would say we do the elite first and see how it goes. I will maybe fight the normal enemy if we take more hits this turn. Okay, so this is the centipede, and centipede has a crazy amount of health, 500 health, or each of them has 100 health. But this can either be a complete breeze, or it can really mess me up, right? At the first turn, yeah, I'm not gonna swap around, right? No. And the first turn is the easiest, but this is really one of those fights. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, this is great. Not the best, right? I mean, okay, let's not give him. So if I give him marks and he dies, the marks goes away, right? So I'm gonna give the marks to the second guy. And we want to make sure that this guy on front row dies as quickly as possible. Okay, so we're safe now. But here is another one, another enemy that gives us the 8 flaming damage again on top. So we need to swap around. This looks like a decent swapping build, a swapping deck. But we only have 5 cards. So hopefully this is a nice card for offense. It is. And that means we can attack this guy, do a bunch of damage. Swap. Let him do some attacking. Swap again. Like I said, we want to get rid of all the flaming damage. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use this one. And I really want every turn to get rid of as much flaming damage as possible. Because it stacks, and the more it stacks, the higher you need to get your defense up. Okay, this is a huge card, but not gonna spend all our energy at once. Okay, so I would say, okay, this guy is dead, so we're gonna, what I always do is, if this one is missing out a bunch of damage, right, so I'm attacking for 30, it's only 13 damage, go for the next one. Because it's wasteful energy. Like, and this. Okay, so we have multiple options. We can do this one for 15. I think it's even better to do it like this and then this. Yeah, this is fine. So we always want to make sure that every guy on the front row is dying each turn. Because also the thing that is with the hammer, it means he gives 15 attack buff to the next guy. When he dies, he gives plus 15 attack to the guy right next to him. So, yeah, this was one of our great cards.
Heads or tails?
Yeah, this is really awesome. So I would say let's give this guy that spot. And now we're gonna attack. Okay. Look at our, we have very high defense, high shielding right now. I would say, yes, we can swap them around.
Come on, heads.
Get the flaming damage a bit lower. Then get rid of those 2 cards for additional coins. And now we get the additional coins. Here come the coins. There they are. We want marks first.
Heads or tails?
Okay, this is great. We can keep that one in mind if we are looking like we don't do enough damage and being able to survive long enough. I think we should be fine.
Come on, tails.
One of these cards. Or another one, okay.
Heads or tails?
So we got a choice to make, yeah. I think it's good to use one of these because I don't think our block is going to be high enough.
Come on, heads. Come on, tails.
This is pretty huge still. So right now I want to attack for this because this has the additional damage mark on it, right? The red mark you see on top of it, the claw. And this one gives me additional frogs. Look at our frogs, we get 10 extra frogs. So now I would say it's 52. He has 3 bleeding, right? So we're doing 9, 14, 27, 44, 49 damage already. So by hitting him with this, we don't even need to use this one. He will be dead anyway. There we go.
I feel stronger.
So that was a good, stable elite fight. By the end of the turn, you will gain block until you have 20. That's great. So if I even have a turn where I don't get to have good blocking cards, we will get up to 20 anyway. And on top of the drawing additional block, drawing cards means additional block. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so no extra health potions, right? So yeah, we have 150 left. Nothing to spend it on really. I don't want extra cards. I think the deck is fine as is. She is at 26 health. It isn't the greatest, right? And it really depends on what final boss we're gonna get. So let's see. Okay, so this is the boss that dissolves our deck if he gets attack damage through our shield. And that means by dissolving, we don't get to play our cards anymore. So he dissolves our deck for us when he hits us. So let's just build it up like any fight, right? This is good. So we only need 32 shields. So we're already fulfilling, you know, what shield what shield we need for him to negate this, for me to negate this damage. Sorry. Speaking is hard sometimes. So this is only 5, right? I would say like this. And these two are bullshit to spend right now. I'd rather keep the 2 energy because believe me, this guy ramps up and then it will be more and more difficult. Okay, 30 damage, right? So we constantly, really, we want uncapped, or we want to cap our, what am I even saying? We want to get as much block as we can because this guy dissolves our deck completely. And this is a bit of a rough spot, because it looks like I even played that from the wrong spot. Okay, here we go. He's gonna dissolve like, I think 4 of our cards. Here we go. Look at our draw pile, 16. Now it's 14. Right? So, and that can mean that we are missing like a card right now that can, you know, sometimes keep us from easily surviving to maybe like, okay, holy shit, this is crazy difficult, right? That's a swap card, so we want to swap as much possible. I mean, we should be fine, right? The amount of damage I'm doing, the health pool the boss has, it's all pretty doable right now. Okay, so this is 34, right? So this is great. Minus 15. Look, now it's 4. He only does 4 damage. Okay, so we're cruising. Nice. Additional melee. Okay. Yeah, another melee card. So we'll use this one. Swap them around. This card becomes free. And we can even have the luxury of ending her on front row again. And I think we will use it this time. We have plenty of energy left. And it's always nice to have her start on front row. But look, he's always on 161. Here, now he does 10 times 4, right? Pretty crazy amounts of damage, right? So this one can be really useful right now if we don't get our defensive layer up enough. So, or we manage to kill him this turn, which is also a really big possibility, to be honest. Yeah, this is fine.
Come on, tails.
Yeah, this is gonna be fine. So, even by not killing him, I will be fine anyway, right? Because he does 10 times 4 damage. And, look, he's gonna be dead next turn anyway. Right? And we don't lose any cards because of the shield ally we picked up. And, yeah, now he's done. Another run completed, right?
Hardly a match for
And this is one of the first ones where we have a map debuff going on with the brushes and inks. And it isn't the roughest debuff, I know. Here we go. 75 pages. Shower gains another 2 levels. He should too. 2 levels. Almost free. Our group gets better stuff as well. So let's look at it before I will stop with the video. She gains double enemies bleed stacks, then inflict 3 bleed, which is really nice. There are certain cards that give her bleed, or you have like the buff from the talent pool I had before, right? That makes her, or no, it was a treasure, which makes a front row hero do bleed damage. This is 1 extra energy for each ally you control, which can be huge. Sometimes we control like 6 of them. This is 1 ally that puts a coin in your purse, in your draw pile when he attacks an enemy. And this is all melee, all marks triggered without removing them, which could also be huge. Like if you have 4 or 5 marks on different enemies, just trigger them. You know, gain the energy, gain the shield, gain the coins and stuff. It's absolutely huge. Okay, the chalice from the palace. This hero picks it up, draws 3 cards. I don't really like this one. I barely even pick it up ever. And now we have a run completed in 1 hour and 33 minutes. So almost 25 minutes quicker than last time. And even with a small debuff on the map and a bit rougher enemies, because the health pool was a bit bigger as well from the enemies. Amazing, right? So if a deck clicks and the more cards you have to choose from, you can see that the completion time of each run is less and less as well. And the cool thing is, next run is gonna be with my favorite duo, Aurora and Fugaro, and they are so good together. Alright, so I hope you had fun watching again. Yeah, like I said before, I hope you don't mind me brabbling along a bit too much and that my accent isn't boring you too much, but I hope you enjoyed watching me playing the game, explaining some stuff, being hopefully a bit enthusiastic as well. I hope you have a great day, and yeah, much love, and later.